That unfortunately is why people. So benefits, what is the win? What happens if you lose? What is the win? So by losing to the Guru, where do you win? The first thing is you become wise. W, wise. The word is jnana. A person who is enlightened or a person who is just together, he starts looking at the world in a much different perspective than he used to. It is not that the circumstances of life have changed or improved, but that he has changed or she has changed and improved. So that is actually jnana, but wisdom is a very good word. Why is it a word that we are so reluctant to use? To say that somebody is wise, why do we have a problem with that? To become wise is the hope, which is why I don't like all this overt sentimentality. Swami Vivekananda also didn't like it. He used to call it these stupidities, lotus feet and compassionate glance. Oh, the Guru's lotus feet, the compassionate glance. Yeah, he didn't like that. He used to call it these stupidities. He was like, if you're doing sadhana, you should become more intelligent. You shouldn't become more emotional. You shouldn't. The next thing is a very important and powerful word. It is a word that Sri Aurobindo basically gave to the world. The next thing you become is more integral, I. In fact, Sri Aurobindo used to say, and I also say, that my religion is integral yoga, Hinduism is my culture. So to be integral means that all the dimensions of your life, they mesh together. We are scattered. We are one person at work, one person at home, one person before our wife, and one person before our wife, and our mother is there. Yeah? So when we are integral, we become the same everywhere. We start operating at a much higher level of consciousness, which is why Aurobindo began one of his books. Now, Aurobindo is one of the great influences, and a lot of his power, he makes me do stuff. One of his books begins with this awesome sentence. It's, I think, the best sentence in the English language for me. All life is yoga. So when you are integral, there is no special time of the day when you are being spiritual. You are spiritual all the time. You start living in that. So, if you can really understand and learn, because what Shibani said about her, she's not saying because Santosh is her mother. The truth is, I've seen all the top names in India today and I felt their energy. Absolutely no difference. The same energy, the same power flows, and today it is flowing like a Himalayan waterfall because all the energy is up anyway. And the last is most important. What is the purpose of yoga? And the old answer to that is you are to leave your human limitations behind and become a deva. Numinous, you know what? A deva literally means something that glows and shines. When a deva is present, everything, the person, the environment, everything it starts glowing, it starts shining. The word numinous means presence of a deva. So that is the end. You are to become a deva. You are to access that divine aspect. You are to become more than merely a mammal that has decided to stand up. You are to come to the level of potential that only a few really great people, Jesus or Gorakshana, people like that. That is your job. You are to become numinous. Numinous is not a very well used word. Everybody overuses the word enlightenment, liberation, attainment. I would prefer the word numinous because it means that you glow. It means that you glow. And in one of my earlier talks, I had said that the human being is more important than the gods in our culture, because the human being is capable of becoming rishis and Brahma rishis, and so that is the last thing is we must become numinous. So that is what we get. That is what we hope to do. That is what we aspire. That is what we stumble and fail and then pick ourselves up again once more. That is what it means to be a shishya, because the Guru is the Guru. The Guru is always Shiva.